Okay guys, we're back on the 2017 Hyundai Santa Fe doing front brakes and rotors if you need those. So you're gonna jack it up, you're gonna take your tire off, and that's gonna be a 19 millimeter, or I'm sorry, a 21 or a 13/16. And then on the caliper bolts, to get the caliper off of the caliper bracket, that's gonna be a 14 millimeter. Pull those two and slide it off just as he has. But now we need the caliper bracket, and that is going to be a 17 millimeter, 2 bolts. He's going to pull those. And let me get your part numbers for in case you need them. So on the brakes, they are SC1815, and on the rotors, and these take the same rotor on either side of the vehicle, and we are doing both sides, 98101 RGS. So that's the brakes and rotors that we're putting on here. So when you pull that caliper, the brake shoes are going to come right out with it, and then you can peel them right off of the caliper. These clips need to go on the brakes. I'll show you how those go back on. And your shoes just sit right inside the piston here. This piston will need to be pushed back a little bit. That's what that tool's for. You could use it just a hefty pair of vice grips. And what I like to do is take the cap off the reservoir so that when we push that piston back, it shoves the brake fluid back into the chamber. If you notice too on your brake fluid, if you're not sure how often or when it needs to be changed, a lot of people like to top these off. I don't like to top them off because as the brake shoe gets thinner and thinner, this volume drops down to like in this area. And that tells you that you need to replace those pads. And so if you top this off and then you go and replace the pads, when it gets pushed back on that cylinder, the piston on that caliper, it then overfills this. So you don't have to pull this off. It does have pressure, it will release, but I like to take it off when I do that. So right here, if you look on the brake shoes, these are the little holes where that clip sits in. So they literally will hold it together. You'll see when you pull it off, but one will go straight across here on the top and one will go straight across on the bottom. So let's go ahead and get that bracket off. Now that those 17s are off, you can pull your rotor right off. In some cases, you'll have the Phillips bits. This one does, huh? Yep. So there's 2 Phillips bits there you'll pull off, and then you'll pull your rotor off, and we'll put the new one on. We got a little lucky there. Those Phillips screws came right out, piece of cake. So now we'll go ahead and pop the other rotor on, and we'll get a set of these shoes out. Sometimes the hardware kit will come with the clips that go on the side. This one does, but what it doesn't come with is that little spring that goes across to keep pressure on and off of that caliper. All right, so both those 17s are back in. Now we can put the new shoes on with the caliper. And if you have these, replace them. And in this case, we do. These can only go on one way. If you get them backwards, you'll know when you try to put the brakes on them. But one will snap in the down position and one will snap in the up position. And make sure you got it lined up and it doesn't touch the rotor. Otherwise, you're gonna have a squealing noise and that's gonna bug you or come back. Some brake shoes towards the caliper. And I'll show you that as we get it on. So he's getting the new rotor put on there. Put the screws back in, snug those up. You don't need to over tighten those. If you over tighten them, next time you take them off, they're just gonna end up having to be broke or drilled or something. Just snug it up pretty tight and that's it. So we'll get that on and then we'll put that bracket back on for to hold the caliper, those 2 17 millimeters. Okay guys, so it ends up that we got the wrong clips here. They were dragging on the rotor. These are still in good shape, so we're gonna just go with those and we're not gonna use these. They were literally too close to the rotor and wanting to touch the rotor. So double check that so you don't get a squeak. Now here's those little ones I told you about that do not come in the kit. So when you take this apart, make sure you save these. What these do is they keep pressure away from the rotor so they don't make noise when they don't touch it. until you apply the brakes. Then the piston squeezes it, then the spring releases it again, so there's no pressure back up against the rotor. So at this point, you can go ahead and put your caliper on, and then you're going to tighten up those two. You may have to squeeze those brakes together a little bit because of that spring to get them on. If you can't get your bolt started, double check that this is not spun on you. Sometimes you have to hold that with a wrench to tighten down the backside. So those 14 millimeters will go back on. And then at that point, we'll be ready for a tire. Now, the other thing you need to make sure that you do, and what we'll do is we'll just knock out the other side because it's exactly the same, but you get the gist of it. But at this point, when you get the tires on and you're ready to pull away, before you even start it, pump your brakes 3 times. That puts all that fluid pressure back up against the piston so that you don't have an issue stopping. When you start it, before you put it into gear or into drive or first or whatever, whether you have a standard or automatic, pump the brakes again while it's running 3 times. They'll get hard on you, and then that's it. You're good to go. So I hope this video helps you out. Please click like, please click subscribe, click on my name underneath this video for all my other how-to videos, and as always, guys, enjoy.